Good morning, guys. Just heading out for the day. It's a balmy 2.5 degrees at 7:30 this morning. It's up from 1 degree, so nice day today. When the sun comes out, I'm sure it'll be lovely. Plan is we're going to go for a bit of an explore into some areas I haven't been before. But I do have the high banker from last episode on board with some modifications that I want to test out. So I will be doing that at some stage today as well. But I'll see you at the first spot, see what we find there. Alrighty guys, I've made it to my first stop. Lovely little creek, and I've just come across this bedrock bar here. Some juicy looking crevices. So I've just started there. As you can see, I've started digging out the surface gravels there. And not huge gold, but not too bad. There's a couple more cracks here I can clean out as well. A few more down here as well. They don't look like they've been touched, so yeah, lovely little creek. Access isn't the easiest, it's pretty thick, but that's alright, I'm built like a wombat. Alright, I'll see you guys when I've cleaned out a bit more of this and see how we go. Alrighty guys, I cleaned out the rest of that crack there for maybe 2 little nanos. So I shifted over to this side. As you can see, it's pretty well cleaned out, pumped. And a little bit better flakes than the last couple of pans. Still not loads, but I'm gonna, it's very slippery bedrock here. It's, yeah, it's deadly. Been over a few times. So lucky I didn't have the camera rolling, you'd have been laughing. So I got a couple more I might just work on here, and then I'll probably nick off to the next spot. I've had a bit of a play in here. It's definitely got gold, and yeah, a bit of a trek out, as you can see. She's thick. So if I get anything exciting in these next couple of cracks I'll clean out, I'll bring you back for a look. But otherwise I'll catch you in the next spot. Oh, it's warmed up too. It's probably about 6 or 7 degrees down. You can see the sun's coming out. I'm in a valley here, obviously. It hasn't quite cracked it here, and my fingers are pretty cold. Alright guys, I'm just stopping off here, just on the side of the road here. There. We have a waste rock pile here. Someone's been having a good old dig in there on the edges, but it looks like waste rock to me. I can't see there being anything of value in it. There's zero quartz, it's all just mudstone or country stone here. I can't sort of see a shaft anywhere. That's not to say it hasn't been filled in. But, you probably can't pick up the dips and falls, but yeah, the road's right there. Black Cameron Mine is where I am. Black Cameron Mine. I can't sort of see anything there in the bush, but I'd say I'm close to wherever the mine was with a waste rock pile this size. Fairly rich, this little section here when it was eventually mined. I'm probably 2 metres, 2 to 2.5 metres off sort of natural ground level. So it's a decent sort of pile. Anyway, see you at the next stop. Alright, I'm back again. I'm right in front of my car. I think someone's been high banking that pile because these are tailings. Like, these are tailings. It's interesting. No quartz in there, but they are definitely washed rocks. Yeah, interesting. Just on the side of the road, high banking. Must have brought their own water with them. Anyway, thought it was interesting. Alrighty guys, I didn't find anywhere worth looking at. I probably stopped 5 places, and all of them were way too far away from the car to get the high banker down the creek. So I'm here. Excuse me. Now let me run you through the things I did during the week. Padding on the spray bars is done. I'll also go and put some moss in, as well as still got the dodgy back door carpet. Another thing I've done is these wing nuts were the other way, so they were a threaded wing nut like this one here. You can see threaded right through. So you've got to unscrew it 30 times, and you've got to try and go down through your mat and into the thread. So it's a bit of a fiddle. So I reversed it and I put bolts on the bottom and put the wing nuts on top. So just undo it 3 or 4 times. Same with this one up here. So that's done there. Did the same with these on the height adjuster. I have moved the front legs back. So these were right up the front here, and it's not so bad here in the deeper water, but you know, if you're actually up on a bank, you'll find that the water tipping off the edge here will undermine your legs. So now these are back here. They're behind the fall of that, so we should be fine in the future for that. Now, I couldn't get hold of a flexible, solid sort of rigid hose this week, so I've just whacked a 45 degree bend in and a couple of fittings just to get rid of that up kink on the run flat. I've just given it a quick run and it runs perfectly well, so for now it's going to be fine. So let's see how these mods go on the high banker, and I haven't even done a test pan. I'm just going to start digging. I just want to see how it runs, really. So catch you soon. Alright guys, probably ran for, I don't know, 10 minutes. There's some gold, and this little thing here, here he goes. That is a rivet head from when I moved the legs. Catches all sorts of heavies by the look of it. Look, there's not a great amount of gold in there. I was just digging anywhere. I wasn't really looking specifically at any spot. I did drop the angle of the hopper back down again just because of the amount of clay I was shoveling. Outside that, I'll probably do one more run just to check it out and see what goes on from there. But I'll set yours up so you can see it running, and come back when I've put it back together. There she is running. That's you on an angle, by the way, not the high banker. It's dead level. I could not get this tripod to sit where I wanted it to, so looks like you've been drinking. All right, let's chuck a few shovels in. I'm not just breaking up the clay to get the gold out of the clay. this stuff's that sticky that any gold that comes out of any gravel with that clay is going to stick to it. So if you let it roll out the back of your high banker, you're just letting gold roll away. So I'll just take the time and really wash it all as much as possible and hopefully get more gold out of it. Yeah. Another good thing about this punch plate, with the holes instead of grizzlies, is I can swoosh the clay through it. Works a bit like a cheese grater. Alrighty, that'll do for now, I think. Alright guys, pulled it apart, got it cleaned up. So you saw how long I ran for then, what was it, 5 minutes or so? Nice little flat chunk there. And of course the shotgun pellet. A few other bits, there's some micro in there that you'll probably struggle to see. So yeah, just the 2 runs, but I'm happy with the way it's operating now. Probably another couple of things apart from a rigid hose that I'll do to it, but I'll see how that goes for now. Yeah, turned out to be a beautiful sunny day. Still a little fresh, but a lot better than 1 degree this morning. Anyway, I'll see you at home, see what we ended up with. Actually, before I go, upon further inspection up at that waste rock pile I was at, where someone had been digging into it, I actually went down and had a proper look, and I've got a bucket full of mineralised quartz to crush and test. I'll show it to you when I get home before I crush it, and then we'll crush it up and see if it's holding anything. It's some really, really nice looking stuff. I'll stick it through the dolly pot and pound it down and see what we get. But the amount of work they've done up there on that waste rock pile, you wouldn't do that much work if you weren't getting something out of it. Even if you were bored, there was a lot of digging. And it also looked like they'd crushed it up there and run it, or taken their tailings with them to crush later, because it was only fines that were up there, wherever they processed it. But anyway, we'll see if it's worth processing in the future. I definitely want to get back there with my detector, because it's absolute specimen country. You'll see when I show you the bucket in the car. All right, I'll catch you at home, I'd say. Alrighty guys, I'm back home. I thought I'd just show you this ore that I got from that waste rock pile. As you can see, focus, it's nice and decaying, it's nice and mineralised. It's in quartz. It's got all these lovely little pockets of goodness like that. So I've got a little bit there, a little bit of a sample. So I'm going to get crushing. I'm probably not going to do it all. It's a pretty noisy process. But I'll see you when I've crushed it down, and we'll pan it off and see what's in there. Alrighty, now I didn't crush all of it, but that's not a bad sample to start with. Down to absolute powder. That's how it's got to be. Got a little bit of water here with a bit of detergent in it, so let's see what we've got in here. Oh, tub's just big enough. Make sure we get that all nice and wet. See the colour of it, seems it comes out of quartz. Very orange. Go nice and slow with this super fine stuff, otherwise you probably lose anything that's in it out the front. I did maybe 10 small rocks in that crush, just the ones that have fit my dolly. My dolly pot's not real big, so you've got to belt them first, and as you can see that it's getting a bit darkish, so I didn't want to upset the neighbours too much. Anything that's in here is going to be super fine. Well, I would think it will be anyway. Otherwise I probably would have seen it in the rock. There's a couple of bits of swarf in there from the dolly pot, but I'm going to say no. There's 2 bits centre of screen of swarf. Outside that, let's go outside, get a bit of light. Look, maybe a couple of micro, but you know, I might do one more and see if we get anything. I'll be back. All right, guys, I did another crush with that ore, and there is tiny specks. They're that small I can't even get them on camera. I tried, and there's only a couple, so probably not worth spending much time up there. I'll still run over it with my detector, I'd say, one day, but yeah. Anyway, this is the take for the day. So, like I said, it wasn't really a gold chasing day. I wanted to explore some new spots, which I did, and give that high banker another run, which I did. It was just a bonus finding that waste rock pile. Anyway, so you're not staring at a gold pan with 20 specks in it. I'll come back in a sec. We've got some news and a few things for you to listen to for a second. 1 minute. Okay, I think the gold pan was probably the better thing to look at instead of this face for radio. All right, first thing, I've decided to start a podcast called the Prospector Podcast. I've put out a little demo just to get it sent to all the podcast platforms and approved, which it now has been. So won't be long and I'm going to start putting out episodes. So keep an eye out for that. There's not really anything in the podcast world for prospectors, so I thought something different. You know, you can listen to it on your way to work or on your way to the goldfields, or whenever you can't be looking at a screen to watch YouTube or whatever. So look out for that. There'll be guests, there'll be all sorts going on there. Go listen to the demo, the Prospector Podcast. So it's on Apple, it's on Castbox, it's on Spotify, Anchor, it's on all the major platforms, so go and check that out. Next thing is I'm going to be trying to get out and hit the golden triangle with the detector just for a bit of different content for you. Now that I found that waste rock pile, maybe I'll go there first. It's a lot closer to home too, a lot closer to home. But I do have a good spot that I've been getting some gold up at, let's say, Castlemaine area for now. I will give the location when I get there. But yeah, so that'll be coming up hopefully next week. There's also a meetup at Creswick on July 29th. Jump onto Murray Rivers Gold Adventures onto his channel, and all the details are there. I will have more details in the next episode. I'll put a flyer up with all the details and times and everything there. I'll be there. Victor will be there. It'll be a great, get together. Last year, heaps of people turned up. This year, it's to raise funds for the Royal Children's Hospital. So great cause. I've had my son was there. I know it's definitely been a part of a lot of people's lives, children. So great cause. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to weigh that gold. I don't think it'll register on the scales, to be honest. Like I said, it wasn't about the gold today. It was about getting out, finding some different areas and testing that high banker, which I'm happy with now. A couple more things I might do to it, but we'll see how we go. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. It's only a small growing channel. There's not many subscribers yet, so give us a boost, give us a subscribe. Drop a comment. I'm happy to answer questions, anything like that. Drop a comment in the on the YouTube chat, and I'll answer it as soon as I see it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Talk soon.